think I can speak for a lot of people when I say I've always wanted to be good at something. Not like good at something, but really good. For me, that turned out to be fire dancing. And that's why 2 years ago, I decided I would practice every single day for 1,000 days straight. If you're new to the channel, my name is Luke Embers and I'm a fire dancer in Chicago. I just recently hit 800 days out of this 1,000 day journey. And so I wanna make this video to share with you 3 things I've learned so that it can help you improve at whatever it is you wanna get good at. Let's jump right in. Lesson number 1. Discipline over motivation. I'll be honest, after doing something for over 800 days, there have been plenty of times where I just did not want to do it. Not to mention with a lot of personal things in my life that have changed and less time to focus on training, being intentional was more on the back burner. But I think after having done this for so long, I've instilled that discipline to make sure that I do end up spinning at some point during the day. Now, to be honest, a lot of these times when I spun were at the end of the day, like around 11:30. So I was pretty close to hitting the deadline for the day, but I was still able to spin because I had that discipline instilled in me from the get-go. And if there's anything that I learned from these 800 days is that practice makes progress. And so the more that you can practice, the more that you'll progress. And honestly, I don't even think you do have to like the thing that you're doing 100% of the time, right? As much as I love fire dancing, doesn't mean that I like to do it every single minute of my day, right? So there's plenty of other things that I have to worry about that I like to do. So when it comes to improving at something, it's about the discipline and the habits that you create around that thing so that when your motivation goes tumbling down, you have that discipline instilled so you can keep on going. Lesson number 2, commemorate past achievements. Now this definitely piggybacks off of the last lesson because when you're feeling unmotivated and when you don't feel like you're making any progress, you're definitely gonna feel more down about yourself. And that's why it's really important to look back at previous milestones that you had so that you can see that progress and you can see that journey and you can see everything that you've gone through up until this point. Originally, when I first started this challenge, this was just supposed to be a 365-day challenge. It was only supposed to be 1 year, and after achieving that first milestone, it was incredible to see the progress that I had from 5 days to 10 days to 20 days, 50 days, 150 days, all the way to 365. But the important thing was I didn't see much progress in short amounts of time. I saw it on a long period of time. And now sometimes I'll just go back in my camera roll and I'll see how I was back at day 150. Like it's so crazy to even think. After that, I decided to keep going and I wanted to hit 500 days. Now I'm at 800 days and we're almost at 1,000 days. And knowing that I achieved the achievements that I told myself that I would go for really lights the fire up in me, and just to feel so proud of myself for getting this far, because had I not started, I wouldn't have improved this much. And hopefully you guys can see that too. If you're in a spot where you don't feel like you're making progress or you just don't feel like you're achieving anything, take a moment to look back at when you first started, or at least a very early stage of when you were doing that thing, whether it's instruments, dancing, singing, coding, or constructing. Look at the time when you first started versus where you are now and just appreciate how much you were able to grow from that point. And finally, lesson 3. Adjust when needed. As great as it was being super busy with shows and events this summer, I did end up getting a lot of burns on my hands and my fingers. And yes, to answer your question, fire dancers do get burned. Don't let anyone fool you about that. I don't know if you can really see, but there's discoloration on my pinky, so you can see where I got burned. To that point, being able to bend my hand and hold a fire knife was pretty counterproductive because it wouldn't let the burns heal, especially on the joints. When I wasn't able to spin with my right hand, I did a couple days of spinning with my left hand and I adjusted. I made sure that, oh, you know what, maybe this means my right hand has been working too much. Let's practice drilling on my left side. So I just ended up doing essentially everything I could on my left side as if I was doing it on my right. So when it comes to progressing, make sure that you adjust accordingly based on how you're feeling, based on the conditions that are around you, because there's always a way to improve and it doesn't have to be the same way every single time. And that just ties back to the first lesson. Am I unmotivated or do I not want to do this? And am I blaming my hand for being burned for me not wanting to do this? Well, in spite of that, I'm actually just gonna do it on my left hand. It doesn't have to be that much, but I'm gonna do it so that my left hand gets a little bit better, I can give my right hand a break, and I can fulfill my day of this challenge. So yeah, making sure that you adjust when needed is key so that you can keep on improving, but in different ways. When it comes to all of these lessons, definitely take them with a grain of salt because my journey and my circumstances can vary significantly compared to someone who is doing their own journey or their own challenges. However, I do think that the mindset overall can be applied to other things that you're trying to learn. And as mentioned, sometimes a lesson that you learn in the beginning may not apply to you in the end, or something that you learned in the end may not have worked for you when you were first getting started. So that's why it's really important to evaluate where you are in your journey, where you are in your skill level, so that you can approach what it is you're trying to get good at in a healthy way that makes sense for where you're at. But in all, these were the lessons that I've learned within these last 800 days, and I hope that it helps you. And quite frankly, I am super excited to reach 1,000 days, and I cannot wait to see how much I've improved when I hit that 1,000 days. I'll definitely be making another video like this when I hit 900 days, and if you want to see my journey and you want to see my progress, follow me on TikTok at Luke Embers. You'll be able to see all of my progress all the way from day 1 to 800 plus. And I promise you, if you just keep practicing day by day, you will get better at whatever it is that you want to get good at. Just keep on practicing, keep on applying, and keep on working. And with that said, folks, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like always, be what remains, and I'll see you next time. Peace.